Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Omar, back at it again. Today we are watching Old Women Are Preying on Young NBA Stars and It Needs to Be Stopped. Now, what do you guys think about that? Honestly, I feel like we don't put too much attention on the female predators. Now, what do you mean, Omar, by female predators? Well, the ones that go after the young NBA players. Now, it's usually not just NBA, but this is usually where they're all mostly seen at. But yeah, we're gonna go through this video by ohmeezzy. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see what he got to say about this.
If you've been anywhere over the past few months, this news is almost inescapable. Budding young star Anthony Edwards in the NBA has brought a new child into this world, bringing his total counting up to 4. Yes, 4 for a 23-year-old. But this time, what's crazy about it is that this last baby was made with a woman named Aisha Howard, who is 38. Now, besides the fact that Anthony Edwards clearly has some sort of type of freaky fetish, I don't know what it is with these NBA players, but these text messages came out from Aisha Howard and some disgusting things were revealed that I don't think a lot of people are really talking about. These are a weird collection of women who find it fascinating to get with these young men and have a bunch of babies by them. They don't care about the outcomes. They don't care about the situation in which they're bringing in children into. They just care about the fact that they got the seed of somebody who can plant a lot of trees because he got a lot of money.
They say I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. Put me on the front line. My girl said I would unbaby daddy him. If I got to unbaby daddy him, I got to unbaby daddy the first one. Damn. I say this. Y'all just finding out. Or y'all just, like, all this stuff that... Further comments up, he was saying that I was hurting on the inside or whatever the case. And I'm just, you gotta pick a side. You definitely look early 30s. Listen, y'all be trying to make them feel bad about basketball wives. I thought, oh, I'm not a wife. I gotta make sure my man don't pull up before y'all, he see me on live because he's gonna be like, why you on live telling them people your business? But I don't mind sharing certain things with y'all.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, Aisha Howard sounds absolutely crazy. But no, that isn't Aisha Howard. That's Anthony Edwards' 30-year-old girlfriend, Shannon Jackson, who is perfectly fine with him having other baby mamas. And not like past baby mamas. I'm talking about baby mamas currently in the situation in the relationship while you're with him. And another layer to add to Aisha Howard's story, the current baby mama who had the text messages released after they went to court about, you know, taking custody and child support payments and blah, 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 is that she is also the baby mama of Lil Baby. Now, we can sit here and dog on Anthony Edwards all day long. He needs to wrap it up. He needs to pull up his pants. He needs to proceed differently in life. He's 23 years old, 4 children. I think all of these kids are with different people, and he's still got a long time left to go. It would just be a dog pile, though, at this point. And a lot of people aren't squaring, you know, their eyes on these women who prey on these young men. Why are you 13 years the senior of Anthony Edwards looking to bring a child into this world with him with no regards for, I don't know, the father being in the life, the relationship that is had, some sort of stability outside of the first and 15th?
Wait, what happened to when we used to get married to only one person for the rest of our lives and have our children with only one person? What happened to the whole thing about that? Intercourse should be like something exclusively in like to one relationship. That's what the whole point of was. Like, that's what made it so sacred and so, you know, passionable. That it was because, you know, you and your partner were locked in. And y'all just, you know, did it only y'all, exclusively y'all, and forever had children. But now all those, like, I don't know, it's just, I don't get why people can just, you know, think, oh yeah, I want to have a child so easily. Like, with no regard of anything else. I feel like that's not how it should be. Never. It's like, I don't understand. How are they older than me, but don't think the same way I do? Am I missing something?
Paycheck that you're gonna get. It does take 2 to tango. We can admit that, but this is somebody who is 21 or 22 years old. And I hate to sound like a cliche broken record, but if the roles were reversed, fuck it, we could take these roles as to how they are. These are young, impressionable men who have a lot of cash and a lot of access. Aisha Howard had 2 different instances in 2018 and 2020 with Lil Baby over paternity where things got public, things got nasty, and ultimately they ended up in court over this millionaire's kids. I don't think she cares. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with saying she does not give a damn about that because at the end of the day, isn't about life, as her ChatGPT response to Anthony Edwards and the naysayers on Instagram said. Life is about a paycheck to her. And we can call this what it is. This is pred behavior. This is grooming at its finest.
Yeah.
I think there's an epidemic of these pred women who sit there and see these men come up and have some sort of class or newfound income to them, and they say, hey, I can take advantage of them because they are 21, 22. They are the ones that are.
Listen, I'm only 19 years old, and I got money my way. Ladies, hit me up. I know, I just said some mature shit, but yo, you can't hate for a man wanting to get some, man. I'm desperate.
Are naive enough to lay down with me and not wear some sort of protection. These people
Oh,
are.
no. I gotta wear protection though. I ain't trying to have a kid at the age of 20. No, sir.
The ones who love this sort of lifestyle that I can quote unquote offer them. So let me take advantage of that. But what's sad in this conversation is that they bring babies into these lives, and these babies then have to deal with the public shame, ridicule, and humiliation because their mothers were looking for a check as opposed to a companion. Aisha Howard has two of Atlanta's finest, and I think she's still on the prowl to collect them.
She can make a damn roster. She could have rappers, football players, basketball players, shit, actors. Boy, you can have a whole roster.
Else's infinity stones before menopause hits. This seems to be really prevalent on the court, specifically that two-guard position, because if we cross over into Houston, this happened to Jalen Green, who was 22 years old when 39-year-old Drea Michelle came into his life and let him come life into her and have a baby by him. What's even nastier in that whole situation is the fact that Drea Michelle has a child that is 22 years old, the same age as him. I don't know what type of.
Oh my God. I don't think I could. Imagine your mom coming in talking about, yo, this is my new boyfriend. Same dude your age. Same dude your age, bro. No, I would have to cut every tie I could possibly. And Liz, he's fine with that. I can't be around. No, I'm leaving.
A sick, nasty, freaked out story that is made on the internet or the movies or in the books. But a child bringing over a friend and the friend having sexual relations with the mom and the mom having a baby. It's the same realm and it's nasty and now it might be hard for you to find women that are of the same caliber as you. What other way can specifically women who are this young get this much money this fast and be in these situations and places that you are in? It's a newfound phenomenon that these WNBA players are starting to get the same cachet as other celebrities or whatever the case may be. But other than that, there's not too many young, successful people who will understand your situation and circumstance. The other side of that is she's just straight digging for gold. Drea Michelle has had a laundry list of dating celebrity athletes. She dated Chris Brown, she dated Deshaun Stevenson, she dated Javaris Critton. She was also on Real Husbands or Basketball Hollywood Wives of the House or something like that. And maybe you have a type, maybe you have an MO, maybe you don't like these 9-to-5 men, but at some point we have to start calling the actions that she's doing what they are. This is gold digging, this is predding, this is essentially grooming in a lot of regards, but I don't know how YouTube's gonna take that. And the timing of these situations doesn't help Drea because she gets with him right as he signs some massive extension. Literally, he came and then his payday came and it was a.
My problem is it's not just the girls on the side, like the women. These aren't girls, these are women. It's we can't just blame them all. I mean, yeah, to an extent, it's mostly they know what they're doing. But then again, it takes two to tangle. We gotta include the guys too. Even though they're young, they're not that young. They're like in their 20s now, 22, 23, They gotta start seeing shit. So we also gotta keep them accountable. So whatever's going on, we gotta leave that shit with them. If they tell us, oh, that's my fault. It's like, yo, no, don't include us. You did that shit. You wanted to be with a 30-year-old woman, which is #my dream. That's on you, not on us.
Baby involved, and I just don't know what I would do if I came home with a 39-year-old woman as a 28-year-old man, let alone being 22 years old.
Okay, I can kind of see myself being with a 30-year-old woman if I'm around 28 and 29, around there. But right now I'm 19. I don't see myself, bro. That's 10 years ahead. Now, don't get me wrong. I like MILFs, but at the same time, it's I gotta chill. I got options. There's girls my age that probably could be my love of my life. So you know what I'm saying? Don't try to push too much on the
old, my mom would literally have a fucking heart attack. Maybe it's something that happens at these
Right.
AAU tournaments or these camps that these NBA players go to before they get into the pros. But it seems like there's this theme of recent NBA players who have fall trapped to these older preds that are on IG. Even though this story was so
Oh boy.
embarrassing, the stuff that Zion Williamson was going through with Mariah Mills, how she outed him
Oh
for having
hell
Mountain
no.
Dew cans in bathrooms and was blowing him up on Twitter and was going crazy on social media. Ultimately, it did not work. She didn't get the baby out of it. She didn't get the full-blown relationship out of it. Now, he did still impregnate somebody who was also a TV character on one of these shows, but at least he didn't deal with the balloon woman that was Mariah Mills. I don't like the way that woman looks at all.
Me
I think the
neither.
reason why it didn't work is because she didn't follow the rules and the guidelines that will ultimately make up the playbook that Brittany Renner put out to all of these young women that would have them be able to trap one of these young, unsuspecting, and gullible young men. And apparently Brittany has the game so locked down that primetime Deion Sanders could notice that there were these types of women out there from his playing days and had this person, this individual who got this moniker because of the actions that she did on the internet, come to campus and lay down game on these young men as to how to avoid these situations.
Once you reach that level just of popularity, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. And for me, my whole journey on here, I felt like my life almost felt like I was in Disney World, like I lived in Disney World. Like you get to skip the line, you get privilege, like people just want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. And you can either use it to your advantage, maybe abuse it, or you can try to make something happen. So a lot of guys who are in my DM, you're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play a sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. So it's like, even if we both have our own thing going on,
Bro, this
me
is
still
crazy.
being with you is a good look because you boost my stock. Just like you boost my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I boost your stock. It's just that simple.
And parts of me does agree with Brittany Renner here. The internet went crazy when Jalen Green ended up with Drea Michelle. They was giving him the nephew you won, da-da-da-da-da, etc., etc. But this only props up these Instagram women or these women that don't have much to provide. Excuse my red pill talk. But these are literally women who go out there and seek these types of men to take advantage of. And they
Let me be the next. I know, guys. I'm sorry.
they've propped them up to act as if they're on the level of these celebrities, these athletes, these actors, these rappers who at least can provide some sort of talent or entertainment or a good time for the masses to enjoy. But all they do is offer vagina and headache. Brittany Renner literally went to Jackson State's campus and laid this game down and then wrote a book, like a literal book, about how she went through her life and some of the tips and tricks of the trade. It's crazy how normalized these actions are for these women because...
Yo, imagine you just got scammed and then the scammer gets brought on to how not to get scammed and then writes a book about scamming, like how she's scammed. Like, that is crazy, bro. That is some crazy shit.
What's missing from this whole conversation is that they aren't attacking men their own age. I think that that would be an entirely different conversation. Now, would I still say that it is pred behavior? Of course, naturally, for sure. A lot of these people are putting on fronts in order to bring in kids into this world. So I would naturally say that there is a...
I feel like people just gotta watch where they sticking themselves into, literally and metaphorically.
Bigger underlying problem there. But what puts the icing on the cake or the next knife in the back is the fact that they are specifically targeting men or boys who are 10 years, 20 years younger than them. And the only time that these people get criticism is after the fact. But I'm here to tell you that the baby is already here. It's touchdown on earth. Nobody was saying anything when Brittany Renner was seemingly at Kentucky games. It was pushed off as, oh, well, you know, she's here to enjoy basketball, which could be true. But people need to be more weary when they see these connections being made and relationships being made further down the line. Look, I'm not here to give the normal song and dance of the red pill people, but ultimately what I see is a community that has made it okay for women to prey on young men in the situations that we're seeing in real time. And I gotta give guidance to my young men out there before I close out this video. We've made it such a normal situation that we can't even see that there's such an age gap between these men and these...
No, he's not wrong. I mean, shit, y'all saw me talking about something how I want to be next. It's because that's just so normalized. I just thought it was normal for me to say. But now I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, hold on, no more. That shit ain't normal. You gotta chill with this shit. I don't know.
these women that are popping up, that it's ultimately nasty as hell. These women are pushing themselves to the brink of when it is quote unquote acceptable or healthy to carry a baby just for the fact that they can. We're saying that it's okay now that these women are pushing their literal biological bodies to the brink of what they can possibly be capable of when it comes to carrying a baby.
Like, bro, that should not be the only maximized skill you can have. That should not be the only skill you have. You know how sad that shit is? Coming home only for your wife to be like, "Oh, you want to go again?" Like, do you not have anything else to provide? Like, bro, seriously? Me personally, I don't want to come home to someone who only has that to provide. Is it essential? I feel like yeah, but it's not like that's what everything has to be. See, like I feel like everybody should just get a girl who can like who's her own person. Not all this. You know, not just offer herself like that. Cause then like that, I'm like, I don't know. I thought I was just pretty, but now it's like, I don't know.
Baby just because it's a rapper or just because it's a ball player, just because there's another payday. They get pregnant while they're young and then re-up when they get closer to the age where they can't conceive anymore. They're going on one last dance like MJ did back in the 90s, but this time it's with having a baby. And we're talking about one baby here, but really there's two babies in these equations, because I don't care what nobody says. Some of these 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old kids are babies. That frontal lobe isn't developed. So we're saying that it's okay for this woman to take on two babies because a paycheck is involved, and I don't know why. Propping them up so high that they've even become their own sort of celebrities that have skincare brands, luxury item brands. They're selling weave and they are getting paid for club appearances because it's the greatest accomplishment to lay down and spread your legs for some young, dumb, and full of cum ball player. Look, I didn't want to get too red pill, but I do have to leave a closing message for my young people out there, both men and women, but specifically talking to the men in this regard, is that the most powerful thing that you can do in this world is bringing life. I don't care what nobody says.
Hell yeah. I love bringing life.
Not necessarily powerful from the stance of this is all you should strive for, but powerful.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's not all you should really think about. Is it essential? To an extent, yes. But that's not all you really are. If you got dreams and aspirations, go and do that. Don't think with your lower head. Think with your right head.
Because you are bringing in something or someone that does not have a say-so in this world. They had no say-so in being here, but you have a responsibility for bringing them into an environment that is filled with love, compassion, your responsibility, duty, good role models, good leadership. But bringing them in on the pretenses of a paycheck is where a lot of these parties are going wrong. A status symbol, that's disgusting. So for the young men and women who do have something to offer, be more careful and protect yourself. You have a lot of time to bring in somebody else into this world, but don't just do it with any Tom, Dick, Harry, Drea, Aisha, or Sarah. And let's start calling these people out for what they are. If we,
you know what, I feel like we really gotta start, not just because I know we most expose the male predators, we gotta start exposing the female predators too. We gotta put this shit on equality, boy. I'm a feminist. Stop playing with me. We gotta get them all in lockdown, all predators. No matter what shape, gender, or size. Stop playing with me. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this. If you guys enjoyed this video or any of my takes, go ahead, drop a like. If you guys want to be part of the community, go ahead and subscribe. We're really close to 140, so if you guys can just drop probably like 2 more subscribers, we can hit it. But yeah, without further ado, guys, see you guys in the next video.